Please continue your dinner. My name's Jim Murray, and for those fellows who were with the ambassador downstairs a little earlier, she talked about the old white guy with white hair, how everybody assumes he's in charge. Well, I assure you I'm not in charge. Toyosi's in charge. No, my name's Jim Murray, and I've been asked to just say a few words about the history of the Presidential Precinct, why we're here. And I won't go into it in any depth. You'll hear about it over the next 6 weeks. But you've come to the birthplace of democracy, the longest living democracy in the history of the world was founded here by peoples whose homes you're going to visit. So the Declaration of Independence was written by Thomas Jefferson, who founded this university and designed this building. James Monroe, Mr. George Monroe over here, he works at James Monroe's home at Highland, where the U.S. Constitution was written. So you've come to the place where democracy was created. But I want to assure you, we're not going to preach to you about democracy in the next 6 weeks. From the beginning, the precinct has been a place to convene people to talk about these issues, but not to tell you how to think. So you're not here to be taught this is the right way to do things. You're here to discuss what might be the right way to do things and figure that out on your own. And I say that, and then you say, well, if that's the case, what do you stand for? And I was thinking about that when I ran across an essay by one of America's most respected journalists and essayists, a man named David Brooks. And David Brooks talked about two things in this essay. He talked about morality, and he talked about nationalism. So we all think we're moral, right? You think you're a moral person. But David said there are two types of morality. There's universal morality, a morality based on ideals that apply to all mankind. And then there's a tribal morality that says we only take care of our own. I'm moral when I take care of my own people, but I don't have any duty to take care of anybody else. And I can be cruel to those people who I don't like. They're not part of my tribe. Well, here at the precinct, we believe in the first type of morality. Universal morality, ideals that apply to all of mankind. Brooks also talked about nationalism. So you all love your country, right? You're proud of your nation. Nationalism is an important force for your country. But Brooks says there are two types of nationalism as well. There's a nation that's built on ideals like individual liberty, the things that are mentioned in the United States Constitution and its Bill of Rights. And then there's a nationalism that's based on a collection of people who have a common culture, who say, we're here to take care of our own. Our nation is preeminent, and we have no responsibility to other people. We have no responsibility to democracy. Well, at the precinct, we believe in the first sort of nationalism, the nationalism based on ideals, a nation built on ideals. So there it is. You're here to collaborate, to work with each other, not to be preached at, but you're in an environment where democracy was founded and where we believe you should be moral based on your ideals, and you should be nationalistic, but it should be a nationalism based on ideals. That's why you're here. So I'd like to introduce Brie Gertler. Brie is the Interim Executive Vice President and Provost at the university. Long title, Brie. She is the Chief Academic Officer at the University of Virginia. And she's in charge of teaching, research, academic administration, the administration of the library, the museums, the public service activities, university centers, foreign study programs. She has a huge portfolio of responsibilities, second only to the president of the university. In addition to being provost, Brie is also Commonwealth Professor in UVA's Corcoran Department of Philosophy, a professor of philosophy. Before coming to UVA, Brie was an associate professor at the University of Wisconsin-Madison and an assistant professor at the College of William & Mary, another precinct partner. She earned her PhD in philosophy from Brown University, her MA from the University of Pennsylvania, and her bachelor's degree from Swarthmore. Please join me in welcoming Brie and thanking her and the university for their support.
Thank you, Jim. And Jim, thank you for all that you have done for the university. I'm so glad to be here with all of you this evening. I especially want to welcome Ambassador Linda Thomas-Greenfield. She's been regaling our table with stories of her time as ambassador and her time in Liberia before that. Ambassador, you need no introduction to Africa's young leaders. Thank you for your service and for all that you've done throughout your career to strengthen America's relations with our African friends and partners. We at the University of Virginia are so pleased to be part of this program. UVA was created by one of our nation's founders, Thomas Jefferson, based on the guiding principle that civic engagement makes a nation stronger and enriches the lives of its citizens. We are a public university dedicated to the public good. It is in that spirit that we are proud tonight to welcome this year's cohort of Mandela Washington Fellows, along with our sponsoring partners, the Presidential Precinct and the College of William & Mary. You know, the University of Virginia likes to boast that we were founded by Thomas Jefferson, but of course, Thomas Jefferson attended the College of William & Mary, so I think you guys also have boasting rights. By participating in the Leadership and Civic Engagement Institute here in Virginia, this year's fellows will have opportunities to learn from each other, to share ideas, and to learn from Institute staff, as well as faculty, staff, and others from the College of William & Mary and the University of Virginia. At UVA, we educate citizen leaders who will serve the world. In the words of President Ryan's strategic plan for the university, we strive not only to be great, but also to be good. Our involvement with the Mandela Fellowship through the Presidential Precinct fits perfectly with what we do here. Between Friends of UVA, the Precinct, and our fellows, we have some incredible leaders among us this evening. I'm honored to be in such good company. Africa's future is enormously bright, largely because of what all of you represent. Your contributions to the pursuit of opportunity for all stand as an example from which the whole world can learn. While this year's fellows are here to polish your already considerable skills in leadership, we also look forward to learning from you during our time together. Like your predecessor fellows, we know that you have much to teach us on how to organize communities and volunteers to do the right thing for our fellow human beings. We've been inspired by what we've learned from Africa's young leaders. The University of Virginia has decided to open a university office in Cape Town, South Africa. Next year, that's part of a partnership with the University of the Western Cape, so that our students and faculty can continue to deepen their relationship with Africa's future leaders. I wish all of you great success in your time with us in the coming days. May the bonds of friendship that you develop here with each other and between Africa and America only deepen and strengthen in the years to come. Thank you again for being here.